Good day everyone, especially to our instructor, Professor Ria Cortaga. A pleasant day to you, ma'am. I am Janelle May G. Mahasol. Together with my groupmates, we are going to discuss the topic about approaches in teaching arts. Are you ready? If so, let's start. Approaches in teaching arts.
3 approaches to teaching art methods courses: child art, visual culture, and issues-based art education. In this lesson, we will know the 3 educators, namely Menam Kim, Yunjung Chang, and Maria Lim, who reflect on their ideas and experiences in developing and implementing innovative projects for their courses focusing on art for elementary education majors. Art instruction helps children with the development of motor skills, language skills, social skills, decision-making, risk-taking, and inventiveness. Visual arts teach learners about colors, layout, perspective, and balance. All techniques that are necessary in presentation like visual and digital of academic work.
Let me share to all of you about this quote. Even though we are on the hardest part of our life, still we are the hope of our students' dream. What does it mean?
That's why everything that we do is always depends on the approaches, strategies, and techniques we will use for our learners. 3 different approaches. The 3 areas that are discussed in depth include understanding child art, visual culture, and issues-based art education.
So the first approach in teaching art is understanding child art. So child art is the drawings, paintings, or other artistic works created by children. So based on this approach, art is important for children, especially during their early development.
So we are all aware that children are just making fun in creating or working with their paintings, drawings, and we can't figure out what is the meaning of that artwork or what are they making. So
it shows art activities develop brain capacity in early childhood. Analyzing children's painting is important as it can help teachers to determine any problems during the process of learning how to create paintings.
Let us now move on to the second approach in teaching arts, which is the visual culture. So in this approach, one researcher, which is Yunjung Chan, focuses on visual culture from 3 different entry points, including an interdisciplinary focus, as a contemporary phenomenon, and as a substantial field for inquiry. So, visual culture is a term that refers to the tangible or visible expressions by a people, a state, or a civilization, and collectively describes the characteristics of that body as a whole. So the study of visual culture can include anything from painting, sculpture, installation, video art, digital art, photography, film, television, the internet, mobile screening devices, fashion, medical and scientific imaging, social spaces of museums, galleries, exhibitions, and other private and public environments. Now, let us talk about the 3 entry points that the researcher includes in focusing visual culture. So first is the interdisciplinary focus. So why was it being included? Interdisciplinary teaching increases student learning. So when you engage students in an interdisciplinary learning, you are helping them to develop knowledge, insights, problem-solving skills, self-confidence, self-efficacy, and a passion for learning, which are the common goals that the educators bring to the classroom. And through the interdisciplinary instruction and exploration, the realization of these objectives are being promoted. So next is the contemporary phenomenon. Teaching arts must be and should be in a contemporary phenomenon. So you should teach the young learners according to their age and according to what environment they are in. So what you teach to the learners should be conforming to the modern or current ideas in arts, in style, fashion, design, and others. So lastly is the value of inquiry, so which is a process of learning that involves a number of important activities for the students, which includes asking their own questions, investigating multiple sources of information for a purpose, thinking critically to make sense of information they've found, and establishing and communicating new understandings and knowledge. Because when students learn through inquiry, they actively make connections and sometimes discover that being wrong or failure is not only an option but a normal and important part of learning. Because visual art is a fundamental component of the human experience, reflecting the world and the time in which we live. So art can help us understand our history, our culture, our lives, and the experiences of others in a manner that cannot be achieved through other means.
Issues-based art education. Maria Lim shares the importance of an issues-based approach for teaching art and illustrate technique for implementing this concept with elementary education majors. She emphasized the importance of studying the local community and environment while connecting the art education course curriculum to a community art event. Issues-based art education encourage students to express their perspectives on different social issues through art making. This article, the author discussed racial issues with middle school students through contemporary artwork discussions and hands-on poster making. An issues-based model for art education situated in education through art. The education through art situated in habitus. This refers to the lifestyle, the values, the disposition, and expectations of particular social groups. A particular habitus is developed through experience. Individuals learn in the best way by what they say in life and how to expect life. Issue-based art education gives students the opportunity to be an individual in the classroom as well as experience different individuals' point of view and be more tolerant of them. And social topics like identity, culture, class, gender, ability, religion, beliefs, or community can be discussed explored creatively through issue-based art education.
Methods of teaching art education. So there are 6 methods of teaching art education. So first method is the laissez-faire method. So this method means without interference or direction. So laissez-faire teachers give students the material and it is up to the students or child to create a self-expressive work of art. So this method allows students to grow and learn on their own with little or no extrinsic help. The teacher offers suggestions and information when students ask. Moreover, with this method, students can make their own judgment and determine what needs to be done and how to do it. So the second method is the DBAE, or the discipline-based art education. So DBAE is an approach to teaching art as a subject with lesson content drawn from the four basic art disciplines: the art production, the art history, art criticism, and aesthetic. So first is the art production. So art production is the process that transforms the ideas and feelings into images. So it allows students to create works of art and use various media techniques and computers. Next is the art criticism. So art criticism aims that students will be able to make informed judgments about works of art, involves describing, analyzing, and interpreting what they see, think, and feel about art. So students can acquire the knowledge, skills, and abilities to talk about works of art. So next is the art history. So people can understand and value the contribution of art in society and culture by exploring art in variety of historical contexts. So recognizing and appreciating the singular qualities of style developed by individual artists. So students will learn art from various period styles and cultural groups. So art history will give us insight about the past, and it will allow students to understand diversity and have a global understanding of the world. So next is the aesthetic. So aesthetics, people reflect upon the experience of art, its impact and meaning. It is the understanding how people justify their judgments about art, and this is where students raise big questions about art, such as what's the point and why is the object considered to be art while other is not. So in overall, the DBAE, or the discipline-based art education, aims to develop students' abilities to understand and appreciate art and the ability to respond as well as create art. So this idea is to emerge the four disciplines instead of teaching concepts from each discipline separately. So furthermore, art education is for all students, not just those who demonstrate their talent in making art.
Authoritarian dictatorial. This type of teacher dictates exactly what to do in a step-by-step manner and offers much direction in each step. So for example, if they were going to make an artwork, the teacher will show the students, like for example, the step 1, step 2, step 3, the entire step to make the artwork that they are about to do. Assigned topic. The assigned topic, or student-oriented method of teaching, involves the teachers as a motivator. So for example, the teacher will initiate a certain activity that will surely boost the students' self-esteem and confidence. In this method, the teachers will act as a motivator to boost his or her students.
Good day everyone, my name is Janina Anumaktao, and for today's video, I will be continue reporting the methods of teaching arts education. So first is the media method. The media method of teaching is popular in higher levels of learning, and the lessons are created around a certain medium such as photography or ceramics. kani siya nga media method is popular ni siya sa mga gipang tudlo karon, which is photography and ceramics. Ang photography, ang nagtudlo sila photography karon kasagaran jud sky photography, which is photography ang pag kanang express sa imong ideas, sa imong ang imong audience kay sa picture kay makita nimo ma-reflect nila ang ilang ang unsa ang artist ngano ing anang artist, ang feeling sa artist mao nay photography nagitudlo. Tas ang ceramics, which is kanang mga pottery nga ipangtudlo sa mga maestra dito sa artist na kanang more on sculpture. So this focus is on knowledge surrounding that medium, which includes various techniques, history, and experimentation. So the last part of the method, which is facilitator method. The facilitator method of teaching involves the student and teacher having a conference to decide the direction that particular student should go. So kani nga method is facilitator, which is ang teacher nga mo-motivated mo sa student artist, mo guide sa student artist asa kanang unsa iyang gustong himuon, unsa iyang media nga kwaon. So ang teacher nga mo motivate mo guide nila asa sila padong nya. Kani is this works well with higher learning and with students who are motivated or at an advanced level. The student chooses their media, topic, and how to proceed with the help of the teacher. So that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone. So the topic for this video is all about the strategies for including art in curriculum. So what are the reasons why we need to include arts in the curriculum? In the presentation that we provided, we mentioned 4 reasons. Now the first one is, it's been proven that early exposure of visual art, music, or drama promotes activity in the brain. So according to studies, we as individuals who engage in arts at an early age, kanang na-develop na daw na ang atuang brain, or we already developed our critical thinking skills. Through the help of arts, we already know how things are being visualized or depicted through just the uses of art. Any sort of arts, like it may be on singing, dancing, drawing, and basta arts, yeah. Now, the second one is, art helps children understand other subjects much more clearly, from math to science, to language arts and geography. Okay, as individuals, we have different ways on learning things. And it is up to us to choose what way is that. Kana pong way nga we think is easier for us to catch up or cope up the lessons. For example, most kids in elementary, mag-solve gani na sila og kanang equation sa math is more likely they are using drawings like sticks, like fruits. Diba kay it is easier for them to visualize or to make emphasis on things like mag-minus ba na sila karon, mag-add ba na sila. And then from that way, it is processed man good. If they knew math, or if they have learned easier in math, kanang it is also easy for them to jump into the other subject, like for example ang science. And mostly science, diba kay na may mga drawing like kanang mag-talk ka og mga reproductive system, digestive system, then need man po na siya visualization for the students to understand more and deeply regarding the topic. Napalihara na siya kung mag-talk po tayong mga language arts and other geography or other subjects. Ano na siya. The third reason is art nurtures inventiveness as it engages children in a process that aids the development of self-esteem, self-discipline, and cooperation. As what I am talking about, or as mentioned in reason number 2, we individuals has different ways of learning. So, panalitan if I learn more or in an easy way through singing, so I will be ato ko sa kung asa ko maka-learn og dali. And then in that way, the children who engages more about it or on it could express more in themselves, express ideas, kanang masilag kanang through arts, murag dali na nila makabuo og kanang ideas ba. So in that way, if they already knew how to express ideas, their self-esteem will be developed, ilahang confidence. Then di na sila maulam mo atubang og tao, di na sila maulam mo duol sa ilang classmate, because they knew enough, or they are confident enough that what they have learned is worthy to be presented in front. So, dako kayong tabang ang arts actually, because it really boosts the confidence of a student or of the person. So, drawing gani, maka-express ka sa imong kaugalingon through drawing, or give message ka through songs, and maka-symbolize ka sa imong life through dances. So, na siya ka-importante ang art. So, that is why art is needed to be part of the curriculum. Okay, the last one is participating in art activities helps children to gain the tools necessary for understanding human experiences, adapting children to gain the tools necessary for understanding human experiences, adapting to or respecting others, ways of working and thinking, developing creative problem solving, and communicating thoughts and ideas in a variety of ways. So as told here, participating in art activities help children. So from my previous school, there are different types of clubs being implemented or established. So in that club, ang estudyante makapili siya og asa siya kanang mas kibalo siya kung naaba dito iyang skill or wala. So if a child engages more onto that activity, of course, he or she already have the tool, like for example the confidence, ba, the critical thinking skills. Syempre, if you are really into that thing, dali ka makakatch up. And then through it, they could also figure out or visualize the life of human experiences, or they could easily visualize the human experiences. They could draw, or may imagine ba ang situation sa mga tao nga naa sa ilang palibot, and adapt to and respecting others. So kanimo kung mga tao nga naka-engage og arts, kay kuana sila brad, for them, if makasabot na sila sa mga gibati sa uban, for example, palitan ako, I am a singer or a composer, and then na ako'y kailang artist pod. If that artist is really quite shy, then ako kay murag kuan kay ko jolly or kuan, makasabot ko sa iyang feel. It's because maybe she or he is not really into socializing things, but maka-express siya through the arts or through a certain art nga iyang gi-practice as of this moment. And then sa akong nag-giingon sa last pod nga, it could develop the creative problem solving skills. Tong mag-ad-ad na drawing, then communicating thoughts and ideas in a variety of ways. Of course, if you are confident na pod, and you could share your ideas or thoughts in any varieties na hindi nakamaulaw. So that's why it's very important that art will be included in the curriculum, because it's not just kanang enhancing the skills of the individual or about child, but also it gives color, it gives life to a subject.
Good day, everyone. Now we have 8 different strategies. First, we have demonstration. Second, whole class instruction. Small group instruction. Fourth is one-to-one instruction. Fifth is collaborative teaching. And lastly, we have independent learning. First, we have demonstration. Demonstration is a process of teaching how to make or do something in a step-by-step process. As you show how you tell what you are doing. For example of this, demo teaching. Demo teaching, it have a lesson plan, which is serve as process of teaching or step-by-step process. Before you have to do something first before you start your discussion. For example, prayer. Next is energizer, and whatsoever. Before you do something, before you start your discussion, because there have a processes so that the students will know what is the flow of what you are doing. Nevertheless, the students will fully understand kung unsa ang imong discuss or imong gidemo. Second, we have whole class instruction. Whole class instruction bring your classrooms together as one large group. It usually the time that you introduce a new concept or encourage a large-scale discussion. Your lesson on the setting are usually designed to reach the average students. Whole class instructions is about learning together. Teachers and students at the same time and the same space, with each person focus on the same learning goals. As a result, whole class instruction implemented artfully can bring a greater community rather to the classroom. Otherwise, whole class instruction include debate, discussion, lecture, teacher demonstration, and giving of instruction. That's all. Thank you.
Next is we have the small group instruction. So small group instruction is an opportunity for teachers to provide additional teaching and practice often needed for struggling students to master important skills or understand key concepts. And to explain what is small group instruction, the small group instruction only consists of 2 to 6 members of students. And this small group instruction is effective because it focuses on the needs of the students by providing additional teaching with a goal to expand and enhance the ability and skills of the students when it comes to arts. And also, here in small group instruction, it allows the teacher to evaluate the students so the teacher can help the struggling students, especially in arts. For we all know that all of us people have different talents and skills, and not all of us are capable and talented when it comes to art. So again, small group instruction is effective because it helps this teacher to guide the students in order for the small group of students to be able to learn and enhance their talents and skills in arts. Next is we have the one-to-one instruction. So one-to-one instruction ensures the students interact with the teacher individually so that each can learn and understand concepts at their own pace and their own way. And to explain what is one-to-one instruction, so one-to-one instruction is much more effective because the teacher will certainly guide and help the student because there is interaction between the teacher and the student. In this way, the teacher can ask the student where he or she is struggling with a lesson or in the performance task, especially arts, is needed to be demonstrated. Also, the students can also ask questions to his or her teacher. So one-to-one instruction is very effective because there is proper guidance and communication, and the student can learn and understand at their own pace and way.
So next we have collaborative teaching. This is sometimes called cooperative teaching or team teaching. Involves educator working in tandem to lead, instruct, and mentor group of students. On some occasions, teachers from the same department or grade level may team to teach to provide a greater variety of supervised activities for students to practice skills. So the other meaning collaborative learning is an educational approach to teaching and learning that involves group of students working together to solve a problem and complete tasks. So the phrase collaborative teaching refers to a range of education methods that includes cooperative intellectual work on students and instructor. Typically, students work pair or trios. So the last strategies for including arts in curriculum, we have independent learning. Independent learning, a method or learning process where learners have ownership and control of their learning. They learn by their own actions and direct, regulate, and assess their own learn. So independent learning is one who can take responsibility for their own learning. These are students who can take initiative and make good decisions without needing help from teachers. Developing independent learning is important to help students advance in their academic performance and stay in. So that's all. Thank you.